Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Shirley's Threadwork. This is Shirley's Wind Down Tuesday. Thank you guys for joining me. I do appreciate it. Let me give a shout out to all of those that are watching on YouTube as well as Facebook. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, want to give a shout out and thank you for all of you that will be watching the replay. Thank you for watching and supporting me. I do appreciate it. Tonight, we are going to talk about something that is very, very important, especially if you are someone that has a business or interested in a business or have been thinking about it and not sure if this is what you want to do. We're going to be talking about marketing, the things that we make to see how we can make a little change. I'm telling you. So that is what we're going to do. And also, hopefully, you guys remembered this will be our reveal night. We will be revealing the projects that we have completed. The Social Society crew has worked about a month, a little better than a month, on some projects, and we will be showing the results of what we've done. And so stick around and make sure that you hang in there so you'll get a chance to see all of the things that we have made for this particular section. And then we'll be getting ready to start something new as usual. So let me see who's on here. We got Becky, hello, and we have Robin, hello. Thank you guys for joining. I see I have a higher number of people that are watching. They just have not come in to the chat. Hopefully they will come into the chat and participate, ask some questions, get some questions answered. Anything that you're interested in that has to do with embroidery, crafting, rhinestones, sublimation, any of those things is fair game. So just come on in and ask the question. Hi, Jenny. How are you? Uh, I'm going to, as usual, wait for a little bit until few more people come in. Hopefully, we'll get a nice crowd tonight, and we'll go ahead with the presentation. And Jenny says she's got to get her project ready. You have time. It won't be the first thing that we do. So you have time to get everything together. Becky, you have time to get everything together as well. So Robin, what's going on with your machine? Is it fixed? Is it going to get fixed? Are you going to get a new machine? What's up? What's up? Hopefully things are going your way, whatever it is. I hope so. So let's see. What's the weather like, everybody? I know it's nice and beautiful here. At least it was earlier today. But I have to tell you, I just got back from New Orleans um, yesterday. And I came back with a sore throat, a cold, or something. Don't know what it is, but I came back not feeling my best. I hate when that stuff happens to me when I travel. I did take airborne and all of that to keep from getting sick on the plane and everything, but you never know how it's going to turn out. So uh, I might have a little cough coming as we're talking. Hopefully not. I got my water by me so I can keep my throat lubricated. But yeah, I got a kind of scratchy throat from traveling. I spent, what's today? Today is Tuesday. Came back on Monday and spent the entire day in the bed. That's what I did because I had to catch up on some rest, some sleep, because as you all probably know, the week before I went to Vegas. I was there for 4 days, Thursday through Monday, and turned around this past Thursday and flew out to New Orleans. And I was there from that Thursday until yesterday, Monday. So I had a back to back travel vacation situation going on, and I have to tell you, it's taken a toll on me because I guess that's why my body decided it wanted to say, well, slow down because you're not as young as you think you are, and maybe that's why I got this sore throat or whatever, and spent the day in the bed yesterday. And luckily today was my day off, so I didn't have to go in today. so I could get a little bit more rest. So feeling a little better, just got a slight headache. And Robin, you said needle broke and now it won't put the stitches on the fabric. Oh, that's interesting. Hmm, interesting. Wonder what is causing that. Hi, ATB Marketing. How are you? Hi, Pearl. How are you? Hi, spoke to Jenny and Becky and Robin. Who else has come in? Danielle. Hey, how are you doing? How was the expo, the sewing expo? I saw the picture that Jeanette posted. You look like you guys got together again for dinner and had a good time. You got a chance to meet uh, Jeanette's mom and her sister Nancy. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I hope you all had fun. And Becky said the timing is off on the machine. Yeah, I'm thinking it may not be anything too serious, but I don't know how to fix it. But if you might want to Google and see if there's anything that you could possibly do yourself, Robin, before you take it in. But if you haven't already, today, what is today? Today is Tuesday. Did you say you took it in already? Let me see. Oh, you take it in next Tuesday. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with these people? They know you can't be without your machine that long. Oh my goodness, that's not cool. So I would do some investigation if I were you, Robin, just to see if there's anything that you might be able to do on your own if you do some googling and looking on YouTube. I know a lot of people have been able to fix their machines themselves just by doing a little research. So if that is something that you're willing to try, I would at least try that, especially if it is the timing. Who knows, that might be something that you might be able to fix. And Robin, you said you tried all kinds of stuff. I know that's right. Well, it is what it is, what it is. Let me tell you. Hopefully, everything will get fixed. But I know how it feels to be without your baby because I remember that time when I was without my 10 needle machine for about 2 weeks as well, waiting for it to get fixed. And I tell you, that was not fun at all. So I feel your pain. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started now. And what we're going to be talking about is marketing made simple, how to get your embroidery seen. And uh, if you have something that you know that you think that you can make some money off of, this would be a good topic for you. And I want to welcome everybody back from this series. This is week 5 from our Stitches to Success series. And like I said, marketing made simple, how to get your embroidery seen. And we're going to dive right into one of the most important topics I think that we've been talking about all along, and that's marketing. And marketing is simply letting people know what you have, what you can do, what you make, just getting the word out. And how do we do that? And without it, we can have all the beautiful, wonderful embroidered or craft items or whatever, but it doesn't get seen if we're not doing some type of marketing. So I'm going to explain in plain English the best that I can based upon the research that I've done, some of the simple terms and processes that we can use. I'm going to start off first with the social media and then go from there. But let me tell you exactly what marketing means. And it's basically sharing your work with people that want to buy it. We all see ads and advertisement and all of that stuff on TV and billboards and back of cars and buses and all of that. All of that is part of marketing. You're getting the name out there and telling people who you are and what you do. So selling is, of course, getting the money for it, but you can't get the money if you're not getting that information out there. So think of it like planting a seed. If you don't plant it, nothing grows. So marketing is the seed, and we have to water it to make it grow. So telling people what you make and showing them what you make and explaining to them why it should matter to them is one of the major ways of being able to market your things. So I'm going to ask one question starting off. How do you currently market or let people know what you do and what you make? As far as embroidery, quilting, rhinestones, anything that you make, any type of crafting that you make. How do you let people know about it so they will want to buy what you have? I have to tell you, one of the things that I do that works sometimes, it doesn't work all the time, but I do it anyway. I do make things for myself. Um, As you guys know, I embroider on the back of jackets a lot. Most of my jackets have something on it. I do a lot of t-shirts, I do a lot of hoodies, and I also do bags and different things like that. So when I'm out, oftentimes I would wear some of the things that I've made. Now, on my trips, it was so interesting. I was able to pass out several cards. Now, I don't know if there's anything going to come from it or not, but I had people actually coming up to me asking me about the things that I was wearing. Some of the things that people were interested in was some of my rhinestone outfits or rhinestone shirts that I had on. Also, some of the embroidery. I was even in a store looking for souvenirs to bring home. And the store owner was admiring what I was wearing and was quite impressed with the fact that I had done the embroidery on the back of my jacket. And you guys may remember the jacket back that I made that has the face of a lady on it wearing sunshades, and it has glitter vinyl as well as rhinestone on it. And I wore it, to be perfectly honest about it. It went with the dress that I had on, but I also wore it to advertise. I have to be honest. I am strategic with those things. I wear things that I think people would like. The jean jacket that I had on that I wore on the plane and wore in the casino was embroidered by me because I'm walking around as a live billboard with all of the things that I make, whether I'm traveling or whether I'm around where I live. I try to always put on something that I've done something with. And I do get compliments and I do get questions, and I am able to pass out my card. And I have gotten some contacts, and not a whole lot. I'm not going to say I did. Not a whole lot of business from it, but I have to admit I have gotten a few. People have actually put in orders, and I made some things. So it does work. So the first thing that I would recommend as far as your marketing is concerned is you be the live walking billboard. If you're making something, it doesn't have to be every time you leave the house, but do wear some of the things that you make. If you make things that are wearable, if you make bag, even my tote, I carried one of the totes that we made as part of the social society uh, uh, reveals that we did. We did quilted totes, and I made a quilted tote out of um, African jelly rolls, and I got a compliment on it, and they wanted to know, did I buy it out of one of the souvenir stores? No, sweetie, I made this bag myself. And that was a compliment, and people was like, oh my goodness, I need to get me a bag made. So it does work. It does work. Hi, Val. How are you? Let me see who came on. Deborah, how are you? And Pearl, thank you for stopping by. So, the question I was going to ask is, I think I did. How do you currently let people know about your embroidery? Does anybody do any type of self marketing? If you do, please type it in the chat. Here we go. ATB marketing. Let me see what you said. I screen printed t-shirts that say your logo or design here. Half the people think it's a joke shirt. The other half ask me if I do screen print or what's it all about. And regardless, she says, regardless, it gets seen and asked. Exactly. You're putting that information out there. You're putting that seed out there. People see it and they are curious, especially if they like what they see. You're going to get compliments, you're going to get questions, and always, always, always have a business card with you so people know how to reach you. And you can put easy way for them to reach you if you have an Etsy page, or if you have a website, or if you have some type of media where they can actually go on and look at some of your work, or get in touch with you, is a QR code. That makes it quite simple because most people have phones and they can just point at that QR code and it takes them straight to your site or whatever it is that you want them to see. So that is an excellent, excellent idea. So I'm glad to hear that I'm not the only one that walks around as a live walking billboard. So, going to talk about social media. Now, I have to tell you, I am not a big social media person. Not that I have anything against it, because I don't. I am on Facebook. I am on YouTube, as you know. I do have an Instagram page, but I rarely use it. I have TikTok. I rarely use it. I also think I have Pinterest, and I don't think I've ever used it. But these are tools that are basically free, that a lot of people are doing very, very well by marketing through them. So let me start off with Facebook. Facebook is like an online bulletin board where people share updates, photos, and stories with friends and family. And that is basically the only reason why I ever got on Facebook several years ago, is when I discovered that I could make contact with some of my relatives and friends back in Mississippi because they were on there. And I was like, this is cool. I can keep up with some of my classmates and schoolmates and what have you, and I love it, and I still do that to this day. I'm able to keep in touch with people that are far, far away through Facebook. And it is especially popular, so they say, with adults over 40, which is a little surprising to me, but maybe not. I guess uh, Facebook is kind of old fashioned, I guess, because there's so many other medias out there that the younger people are using. And what that means, that it is perfect for many of our buyers, because a lot of our buyers probably will be close in our age category, or maybe a little younger. And they do, a lot of people utilize Facebook. And so to market there, post your pictures or your finished products, share short stories, and go live sometimes to show your new items is a good idea. You can also join local community groups where you can politely share what you make if it is allowed in those particular groups. So that is one social media outlet that you can use, and it is easy to use. Instagram is a place where people put photos and videos and they share them. I think most people use Instagram. At least when I first got on Instagram, I saw that most people did just put photos on there. Sometimes I would see some videos and what have you. People scroll and look at the beautiful and pretty pictures on there. So if you put up some of your work, they will certainly find it, hopefully, and see that, and just, put a little advertisement on there as well. If you're interested in this, DM me and let me know, and we can do something. So it's good to market there and focus on nice photos and short videos of your work, and just put a simple caption on there, something like personalized baby blanket stitched with love. And just, if you're interested, DM me and then move on. So that gets people interested in what you have, and you may get someone to make contact with you. So ATB, you're saying, let me see what you're saying. You're adding, hey, hi Leslie. You said that if I may make a suggestion, get their contact info first, yes, then give them your business card. If you give them your business card, most likely they'll never call you. And that's a good idea. That is a good idea because you're right. You don't always get phone calls from people that have your business card. Because I have to be honest, I collect business cards from people too, and rarely do I call them. However, if I am interested in whatever it is that they are selling or what have you, then I do have that card available to reach out to that person. But getting their contact information first is a good idea because you can call them up if they're willing to share their contact information with you. They pretty much have given you permission to reach out to them. Therefore, it's okay to do that. Reach out to them, remind them how you got the number and how you met, and the fact that they had voiced some interest in whatever it is that they did. And then maybe you can strike up a deal with them that way. So, thank you, ATB. That's an excellent idea. And as you said, but you now have their contact info so you can follow up. Hi, Virginia. How are you? Um, And ATB, you also say if you give them business card and then you ask for their contact information, they may say no, but I got your business card. I'll call you. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That has happened as well because people are leery about giving out their information to strangers. So don't be put off if that happens because I am the same way. I'm not going to jump up and give my information out to someone I don't know readily either unless I am interested in them contacting me. So, if for some reason they do give you their number, that means that they are interested in what you have. And I've been able to do that. But I don't mind passing out my card because you never know. You may or may not get a call. I don't know. But that's just some good information. And thank you for that suggestion, ATB Marketing. Um, so we talked about Facebook and Instagram. And if you guys have any of these or on any of these social media platforms that I'm talking about, let me know. Um, the next one is Pinterest. Now, I joined Pinterest a long time ago and I became active on Pinterest back when my son was in the process of getting married and they were getting ready for their wedding. And I was looking for certain items and so forth and so on. So I spent a lot of time on Pinterest. And you can make contact with all kinds of different uh, things on Pinterest. So if I'm looking for something and I'm making contact from what I have found on Pinterest, just think about who could possibly make contact with you as well based upon what they see that you have put out there. So Pinterest does work because I have used Pinterest. Pinterest is like a digital cork board where people save ideas for later. That was the purpose of Pinterest when it first came out, as what I was made aware of, because the first time I ever did anything with Pinterest or heard about it, people were putting up vision boards on Pinterest. And it was interesting to look at how people were setting up their vision boards. That's what got me interested in it. And then the more I looked at Pinterest, I was able to find other businesses and things that I was interested in. And it is a lot of embroidery information on Pinterest. Trust me, a lot of embroidery information. So if you're interested in anything, don't leave Pinterest out. Many brides, new moms, and home decorators search there for inspiration. And like I said, I did as well when I was looking for stuff to help my son and my daughter-in-law, future daughter-in-law at the time, do decoration and what have you for their upcoming wedding. You can market there by creating your own board. And perfect example, since we were talking about baby stuff and bridal stuff. Baby shower gift ideas could be the title of your board, and then you could put up some of the baby items that you have made. Bridal party gifts. can be the title of your board, and then put up some of the things that you have put up. You can do the same thing with kitchen decor. Those are just some examples. So think about that. Then post your product photos as pins, and people can click on them and then find your Etsy shop, your website, or whatever it is that you have that is available for them to look at. Excuse me. Yeah, I knew my throat was going to get a little itchy. So that's Pinterest. So don't forget about Pinterest. I think it's a good social media platform. The next one, which most people know about, is YouTube. YouTube is the world's biggest video site. Oftentimes people call YouTube University. If you can't find it on YouTube, it probably has not happened. I don't The one thing that I know about YouTube, and this is not just with marketing, but what my experience has been with YouTube, you can find practically anything that you're looking for if you know how to word the question, the inquiry, the query. If you put the correct query up, then you can find what it is that you're looking for. If you don't word it correctly, you may not find it. So keep trying. If it's something that you're looking for that doesn't come up, change the wording around until whatever it is that you're looking for pops up, because I have yet to not find most of what I've looked for. Now, what I have pretty much concluded, if I have not been able to find it, then it probably isn't on there. So I don't know. But there is a lot of information. YouTube is definitely YouTube. ED, as ATV Marketing says, are YouTube University. And the best thing about that is it is free. So you don't need to make any type of fancy video. It can be short and simple. It works great. They have the shorts, what they call shorts, that I think it started off where you could only do 60 seconds. And I think now you can do 2 minutes. I'm not sure because I don't have any shorts. Don't know how to make them. That's why. But anyway, uh, people look at the shorts, and that can drive them to your YouTube channel. And that's where I am, my YouTube channel. This live that I'm doing shows up on Facebook, but mostly on YouTube, and it stays in residency on YouTube. And so everything that I've done so far since I joined YouTube is still available and present on YouTube. And I go all the way back to 2020. So I think I have at least 200 plus videos, which I'm nowhere near where I want to be, because I wanted to be at 400 by now, and I'm not. So that's shame on me. But I got to I got to step up my game. Anyway, as I was saying, you can make a 2-minute video showing how you finish the tile, explaining how you wash it or wrap it or anything like that. And these videos live online forever. Just like I said, they live online forever. So you can do these shorts. You can do a quick video. There's so many people that have shorts up there. I, again, like I said, don't have any shorts, but I do have some short videos that are 10 minutes or less. And I also have some long videos on there as well. So it just depends upon what you're looking for and the time. If I'm doing some type of tutorial, I try to keep it down to 30 minutes. Sometimes that's very difficult to do, but I do try to keep it down to 30 minutes or less, because I know people lose interest. And the shorter it is, the better audience you usually get, unless it's something very detailed that you have to be detailed with it in order for a person to get the benefit of the tutorial that you're putting up. So just keep that in mind when you're deciding what to do. But if you're trying to sell something, it is quite easy to just do that 60-second or 2-minute video showing what it is that you're making, and a little quick information about it, and then move on. So that would be good for YouTube. TikTok. I do have a TikTok um, account, and I've done some reels, a few of them, not many, because I'm not into that either. But TikTok is a short video platform, usually 15 to 60 seconds. Quick and fun is the way to go. Film a tile before and after you embroider a name, then post it with music. And shoppers love quick transformation. And people, believe it or not, people are making money on these platforms. They make money on YouTube, make money on TikTok. I'm not sure about Instagram or Pinterest other than them coming to your site. But I do know for a fact, because I know people that are making money on TikTok as well as, of course, YouTube. If I remember correctly, Angela Jasmina, which, as we most of us know her, she reps for Melco. She has like 12 or more Melco machines and does a lot of work. Has a $1 million business. She mentioned in one of her uploads that she did a while back, maybe I would say a good 6 months or so, that TikTok gave her in one day over 1,300 orders in one day. She posted something on TikTok and she got over 1,300 orders in one day on TikTok. So don't slack on TikTok. I got to get myself up on that as well. I've been told by my son to get it together. I know my grandson is on there and his wife and other people that I know. I have yet to embrace it because I guess I'm just stubborn when it comes down to social media. I'm not that comfortable with social media. That's just me. But I do know the benefit of social media. And I just need to get in with the in crowd, as the old people used to say. The next one that's social media that I want to talk about is Patreon. 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 Now, I heard about Patreon from a celebrity that mentioned she was going to be on Patreon. I've not looked at it, didn't know what it meant, but I was curious. Then last week, when I had the guest on, Sean from All Things Sean mentioned that she's on Patreon. She listed all of the social media platforms that she's on, and one of those happened to be Patreon. So I got curious. I was like, what the heck is Patreon? And I looked it up. And Patreon is a membership site where people pay a small monthly fee to get special perks. You could use it to give fans behind the scenes looks, early access to new designs, or even monthly discount. It is, the way I understand it, sort of competes a little bit against YouTube. The difference is, from what I read, the amount of money that you have to pay out from your profits is less than what you pay out to YouTube. Every platform, Etsy has a fee, YouTube has a fee, and Patreon has a fee that you have to pay. I'm not sure about TikTok because I don't know. I know people that are making money on TikTok, but I don't know how that is set up. But I'm pretty sure they have a fee as well, because these social media platforms have to be able to generate money to stay in business, or what's the point? So I'm positive there's some type of fee. But from what I read, the fee is less than it is for YouTube. But it is a membership based platform. And I looked it up just to see what they had to say about it. And let me see. It was started back in 2013, I believe, and it is So they say the best place for creators to build community with their biggest fan, share exclusive work, and turn their passion into lasting creative businesses. Starting a Patreon is free for creators and their fans. If they want to start earning an income, they should choose to launch their own digital shop or run a paid membership. Here, creators get a direct line to their communities. That means they never have to worry about ads or algorithms like you do with YouTube, getting in between them and the people who matter most. It's about 10 million fans paying, 10 million paying fans or memberships. So about 10 million people have memberships on Patreon. About 60 million people have free memberships. It says about 300,000 creators are on Patreon, so it's relatively new. And right now it's generating approximately $8 billion in revenue. So that is what Patreon is. Their mission: we're proud and motivated that creators come to Patreon for creative freedom and ownership. We take that responsibility seriously and have fun fulfilling that mission together. That is Patreon. New to me. No, I don't have it. Don't know if I will. But just wanted to put that out there because it is also one of the social media platforms that people can use. And like I said, I looked into it and I mentioned it because Sean, from All Things Sean, mentioned that she is on Patreon now. And I don't know how many more content creators that I know that do have Patreon, but just wanted to put that information out there. So, have any of you been successful on a social media platform? Do you go onto a social media platform other than just viewing it and being a spectator? Are you using a social media platform to help elevate your business? If you don't mind, please put something in the chat to let me know. I am curious what you're doing. Let me see, has anybody? Hi, Virginia. You say you give out your business cards and word of mouth. Yes. And you also said, rest is good. Hope I feel better soon. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm going to feel better soon. I'm supposed to go to work tomorrow, but I ain't sure. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow anyway, so I might just take that whole day off because I need to get myself back together. Okay, let me see. Have I seen everybody that has come in here? Anybody have anything as far as social media? So now we're going to talk about non-social media platforms for marketing, which is something that most of us probably do. And of course, word of mouth is always going to be first. And Jenny, you're saying you don't have a business name yet. Well, that's okay. Your business name is Jenny. Jenny Owens. Jenny Owens Embroidery. You don't have a business name because you don't have a business yet, but you're still making things. And I'm pretty sure people have asked you to make things for them, and you probably have. So don't let that deter you from making a little money. And I know what you're saying as far as you going on to a social media platform without a name and everything. But just keep in mind, you can change your name. I've done that. I've done that, as you guys know. So you can start off with one name and change it, even on your business card, because I've done that as well. Had business card made up with one thing and I changed it, and I've got business card made up with a new name. And if you want to change it again, especially if you're not really established yet and you're still trying to muddle through and find your way, then you may have to do that. Sometimes you tried it one way and it didn't work, which is what I did. The reason why I changed my name, because my name was too hard to remember. And so I said, I need something that is quick and simple, that rolls off your tongue, that people can remember. Shirley's thread work is much more easier to remember than so too we embroidery. And so too we embroidery was really, really hard for people to remember, even for me. So I decided to change it and put it on something that was quick and simple where people could remember it and let it roll off your tongue. And when I got ready to do my Etsy shop, I wanted something like that. So, and trust and believe me, it was not easy for me to come up with that name. As simple as it may be, it wasn't that easy because you want to try to make it be something that's memorable, that's easy to for it to roll off your tongue, and it encompasses what you do. So yeah, you have to think about it. Now, Virginia said she gave her card to a local fabric shop who keeps a directory of embroideries if customers ask. That's great. I have given my card out to business people as well. Boutiques, I've done that. I've shown them some of my work. I have not yet been able to put anything in a boutique yet, but I'm working on that as well. But that's just part of some of the marketing that we can do. So non-social media marketing doesn't only happen online. There are plenty of offline ways to be noticed. And as I just mentioned, of course, the most powerful way is word of mouth. Tell your friends, your family, your church members, your neighbors, ask any happy customers to tell other people as well. If you make something for somebody, whether it's somebody you know, don't know, friend, or whatever, ask them to spread the word for you. If especially if there's someone you know that you have a good relationship with, have them spread the word for you. Yeah, I had this made and Shirley made this for me. You should check her out. She does XYZ. And don't be shy to ask them. Don't be shy. Business cards, as we talked about, and flyers. Print simple cards with your name, like I said, Jenny, your name, what you make, and how to reach you. Hand them out at events or slip them into every order that you have, which I do. I always put business cards in every order that I do. And if I do bulk orders where I'm doing more than one item, each item in that package has my business card in there because obviously it's going to go out to multiple people. So I want each multiple person to have my individual card. So I do that. I make sure that I pass my card out in my orders. And again, you don't have to have a fancy name or anything like that. Some people make up business cards just like a greeting when they meet people. They give them their business card with their name on it and maybe an email address or a website or something like that. And they're not even trying to sell anything. They're just making contact. They're growing their contact list, and people exchange that, and you get, especially if you can get an email list, oh my goodness, that's one of the best things you can do is get somebody's email, because then you can start an email campaign. So if you can get somebody to give you their email, even if they don't give you their phone number, if they will give you their email, that's even better. People don't always answer the phone, especially if they don't know the number, but they may delete your email, because I know I delete a whole lot of emails as well. But your opportunity is there if you get a person's email. So when you're exchanging, back to what ATB was saying about getting their contact, if they're not willing to give you their phone number, check and see if they have an email that they're willing to give you. And write that down, because then you're growing an email list that can be very beneficial to you. Um, excuse me. Craft fairs and markets. Set up a small table at a local event. Most likely you're going to have to pay for that table, so it's not going to be free usually. Bring your best sellers and sign that says, ask me about custom orders. So you can have your things that you're selling that's already made up, but then you also need to let them know that you do custom orders as well. That can spark their interest because people like personalization, which is basically the hub of what we've been talking about, personalizing gifts. They sell extremely well. Uh, so be sure that you do that. And like I said, don't forget that if you do set up at a fair or a market or something like that, usually you do have to pay a fee for that space. And the fee varies from little money. I'm not gonna say $50 because I think that's gone out the window, but I would say at least 100 on up to $1,000 or more. It just depends upon what the event is. I venture to say there's probably nowhere other than maybe your own church function or something that would allow you to set up free of charge. But it doesn't hurt to check into it. And if your church does have bazaars and little events like that, take advantage of that. Make sure that you bring your things and get permission, of course. And once you have permission to sell, then do that. And if you don't have permission to sell, bring stuff to show and your business card because they can call you after you leave the building. So you're not selling in the building, but you're making contact. So don't forget to do that. And ATB marketing, you can also try putting your crafts in some of the consignment stores. They'll usually take a percentage of your sales for the space. Plus, if a customer walks in and don't see what they want, uh, they may call you and ask if you make this or that. Now you're double hitting it. Great idea. Great idea. Do not forget that. Make sure that you try to do something on consignment because that usually will work. If people think they're going to get a little bit out of it themselves, then they'll be more apt to I don't want to like push it, but help with the movement of it. If you strike a deal with the boutique or wherever it is that you're going, if I put so many tumblers in here, you can get 10%, 20%, or whatever it is that you negotiate of the sales, then they're more likely to want to work with you. And if they sell well, then they'll order more. Make sure they have your cards so they can pass them out. And if they let you put something else in there, or if they'll let you put in a little booklet or something that shows the other things that you do. Or again, like I said, on your business cards, if you have a QR code, where as they're passing it out, they can just scan the QR code and go directly to what you have available on your website or your Etsy shop or your YouTube channel, whatever, then that helps as well. So thank you so much. That's an excellent, excellent idea. And that was my next thing, boutiques and local shops. Some shops will sell handmade items. They may take a few samples and politely ask the owner if they'd take a few samples and politely ask the owner if they'll be interested in setting them up in their shop in a corner somewhere where they'll be noticed. Okay, I don't know what happened, but anyway, I disappeared, but I'm back. Anyway, be sure that you ask them if they'll just put it up there. And of course, assignment. Consignment, where they'll make a little change off of it. Then they'll be hopefully more willing to help you out. Partnerships. This is also an excellent idea. Work with a photographer if you know one, especially one uh, that work with the type of people that you're trying to sell to. If you're selling baby items, then work with a photographer that usually shoots babies and children, what have you, and then ask them if they'll use some of your items, your baby blankets and heirloom quilts or what have you, for the baby, for their props. Whatever you have that can be used as a prop for them. And uh, make sure your cards are there, even your information on that particular prop. a little tag or something. So if it is admired, hopefully the photographer, you struck a deal with them, will say, yeah, this is made by so and so. Also, try to partner with maybe a wedding planner where you can offer to make robes or any type of bridal type, the groomsmen handkerchiefs, the bridesmaid handkerchief, all of these things I did for my son and my daughter-in-law for their wedding. I did towels. I did handkerchiefs for the bride, the bridal company, the bridal um, girls, the bridesmaids, and what have you, and for the groomsmen. I made all of those things. I made tumblers as thank you gifts for the groomsmen, different things like that. That was advertisement. Yes, I did put my card in the boxes that had these things in there. You know, it was a wedding gift, but it still was advertising. You like this tumbler? Get in contact with me. I can make more. Who knows? Keep marketing simple. Don't go overboard with it, and do as much as you can. Um, do as much as you can with without having to pay for ads and stuff. And ATB, you said, sorry if I got ahead. The word marketing isn't in my business name because it looks cool. When I first saw you as ATB Marketing, I was pretty sure that you were pretty much involved in marketing, and you don't apologize for anything because I am so glad that you're on here and you're sharing your knowledge. That is something that I love. So do not apologize. And as far as getting ahead, that is not a problem because you have good information to pass on. So keep it up. I have no problem with that because I am not a marketer and I don't do the best marketing myself. I do know some of the things that I should be doing, but I have to be honest about it. I'm like many of these people that are watching. What you know and what you do are two different things. And if we want to become better in selling our projects, selling our items, getting the word out, we have to follow some of these suggestions that are being made and be consistent with it. That's where I fall down because, yes, I have done some of all of these things that we're talking about, except for Patreon. And, but I'm not consistent. I know that. So that's my downfall. But in marketing, and you can chime in, ATB, you're more than welcome. You do have to have a plan, a strategy, and you have to be consistent. So anything that you want to add to that, please feel free to do that as we go. I have no problem with that. And I jumped ahead of my own little notes I have here because on here I have consistency matters more than doing it all. So I was very much on point with that because I do know you do have to be consistent in your marketing. You don't have to do everything. Just pick one online method and one offline method to start off with. You might want to just do Facebook and a craft fair. You might want to do Instagram and your business card, or you might want to do YouTube and a consignment shop. Whatever you're comfortable with, don't feel like you have to do everything or be part of every social media platform that's out there. Because for me, I'm not. Facebook a little bit, YouTube more, TikTok I put something out, but not a lot. And Instagram, which I probably should do more because they love beautiful pictures. I don't think I put anything. If I have, it's a long time ago. When I first started embroidering, I was really gung ho and motivated and was into this. I want a business and this, that, and the other. And as time has gone on and life has gone on and things have changed for me, health wise, moving wise, all of those kinds of things, I kind of got a little distracted and I haven't put that much emphasis in the marketing aspect as I should, which is okay for me right now because I know how big I want to be. I don't want to be huge. That's not my goal because I know I mentioned it before. If I got big bulk orders day in and day out, day in and day out, it would drive me crazy. I'm just going to be honest about it. It wouldn't be fun anymore. It would be work. And I don't really want to work. I want to make a little change, yes, and I would love for my business to grow somewhat, yes, but I'm going to be just as honest as I can be. I do not want to be something like a jazz, Angela Jasmina. No, no way. That is nowhere on my radar at all. She's doing wonderfully well, and I applaud her. And for those that have the time and energy for it, go for it. For me, that's not where I stand. And Virginia, you said you just started your business and haven't explored social media yet. Well, do explore it. I do recommend that because everybody that I have spoken to has recommended that you have some type of social media platform that you are involved with in some kind of way because it's hard to get a lot of business out of just word of mouth. You can get started that way, but it's very difficult to say that you're going to grow that way. I think that there is, and ATB, please chime in. I do think that there is uh, some validity in being involved with at least one social media platform, whichever one you're comfortable with, whichever one that speaks to you, whichever one is the easiest for you, but definitely at least one social media platform, I think, is something that would be beneficial. We can definitely try because, perfect example, I have passed out my business card to people, and one of the first things they will ask me is, do you have a website? Do you have a website? They need to reach you some kind of way. If you don't have a website or some type of digital presence where they can look at your stuff, be it Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, something where people can go and look and see what you do, then how are they going to know what your stuff looks like? And if they're going to be interested in buying something from you, they may like what they see that's on your person or in your hand or bag or whatever, but they want to see more things. So that is something that they ask. Do you have a website? And that is something that I think people, including myself, need at some point if you want your business to grow. Now, I would like your opinion on that, ATB. If you don't mind, chime in and address that to let me know and the audience know what your thoughts are about that. Because I do think at some point, having a website or some type of digital presence is important if you do want your business to grow. They also suggest that you have some type of, I did mention like a marketing plan, a strategy that would include a routine. So you need to decide how you're going to be marketing, what you're going to do, what you're going to say, to whom you're going to say it to, who is your audience, who are you trying to sell things to. When you first go on to Etsy, perfect example, Etsy will wear you out setting it up because they ask you 50 million zillion questions, but rightfully so because they need to make sure that you know who your audience is and what you're going to sell. So they ask you those things. You pretty much need some type of business strategy or plan when you're setting it up, because you got to do your listing, your description, your SEOs, your tags, all of those things that you have to do. Thankful, Thankfully, I did read a couple of books on setting up an Etsy shop before I actually did it. So when I got ready to do it, it wasn't all a surprise to me and all of that. And even after reading all that I read, it still was a daunting task because it was a lot to do. And I'm not a marketing person. I don't have a business degree. My education is in science. I'm biology and nursing. I am not business. Even though I did work in the business arena as a pharmaceutical salesperson, I was focusing on that and still had to do with medicine and science. So business is still a new thing for me, and it can be challenging. So it's a lot of studying that has to be done if you want to be good at it. So ATB, you answered me. Yeah, I agree. Start with one or two platforms. If you try to do all platforms, it can and will get overwhelming trying to keep up with them all. I agree with that 100% because it's hard enough to keep up with the one or two if you're going to do it correctly. YouTube, perfect example. When I first got on YouTube, I was looking at the algorithm. I go into the YouTube studio. I look at all of the parameters. I mean, I was looking at everything, trying to learn everything, and I did it on a daily basis and uh, trying to figure out how to do things here, there, and everywhere to make it move. And at some point, it did get to be challenging and daunting. And either you wear out or you get better. And there's a lot of people on YouTube that are they're willing to help you, but I have to tell you, nothing is free. Everything and everybody wants you to pay them for them to help you, which makes sense because everybody has a business of some type. That's one of the main reasons why people get on YouTube. I assume is to in some fashion to make a little money, and therefore they're willing to help, but they're willing, sometimes you have to pay a little bit, but that's okay. It's up to you to decide if that's what you want to do or not. So, um, which platform do you guys think is the easiest to maneuver through? And ATB say you getting yes, getting a website eventually is a good idea. In her opinion, a website edifies you, not that social media doesn't, but a website makes you look like a more serious business. I agree with that. People seem to think that you are legit if you do have a website that they can look at. So yes, I agree with that too. Um, it's as she says, it's just basic human psychology, and it is because there are so many scammers and what have you. Even websites can be scammers, but there are so many scammers out there that you have to be careful with who you decide to sell to. And I have to tell you, when I see something, and it's just me, not saying anything anybody should do what I do or anything like that, but when I see something being sold on Facebook specifically, I check their website out. If they don't have a website, I keep moving. I don't even entertain buying anything from anybody. And even after I see the website, I'm leery. And I have to tell you, usually I think I have purchased something from Facebook directly only twice. One time it turned out okay, and the second time I feel like I was gypped. I saw these beautiful pictures of a couple of outfits that I purchased. I looked at the website, I looked at the pictures. They were absolutely gorgeous, but I should have realized it wasn't what they were saying it was based upon the cost. I should have realized that. It wasn't Temu type cost, but it for what they were showing me and how much they were selling it for, I should have realized it wasn't what I thought it was. It looked like it was beautiful laced items. I ordered it, got it, and they were like sublimation. They were pictures on fabric to look like lace. I was like, you have got to be kidding. This is not what I wanted. So when it came time to return it, you couldn't find a number or a name or anybody. So of course I used PayPal. I got in touch with PayPal. PayPal got in touch with the people because I paid through PayPal, and it was for somebody over in China. And they didn't want to give you all your money back. They offered me X amount of dollars. You keep it. We'll give you these few dollars back, and let's call it even. Or you can return it, pay for the shipping and all of that, and we'll give you your money back. And so I thought about it, and I gave them a counter offer, and they accepted my counter offer. It was I asked for more than what they wanted to give me back, and they accepted the counter offer. And YouTube, not YouTube, um, PayPal. PayPal was in the middle of everything, and it worked out. I kept the items. I got my counter offer paid back to me, and lesson learned. So me, 9 times out of 10, I probably won't ever order anything off of Facebook, which is really, really sad because I'm sure there are some legitimate businesses out there trying their best to sell on Facebook, but you do have to be careful. You do have to be careful. So, but back to what HEB was saying, it does edify you. It gives some type of legitimacy to you if you do have a website and it's professionally done, and if you have some reviews. I mean, something where people can try to get some type of comfort level with you. Because if you're a new, unknown company, me personally, I'm leery. I'll just put it that way. I'm leery. And I never pay for anything that I don't go through PayPal with, because PayPal will help you if you have any kind of dispute or issue about something that you bought. I have bought things from, I know they're legitimate companies, well established, that there was flaws, and I went through PayPal and I got that taken care of as well. So they will work with you. So that's just my advice. So Pearl, you don't have a business, but a while back you sent a custom embroidered double pot holder to a YouTube cook that I follow, and she showed it to her audience, and I had so many sales coming at me. See, that's cool. That's cool. That is cool. That's collaboration and partnership, similar to what I was talking about as far as um, reaching out to a boutique and stuff like that. That was really, really nice of her, and very, very cool for that. So that's great. Oh, you had to shut it down though because it was too much. Oh, that's too bad. So now that I have gone pretty much through all of the things that I wanted to talk about as far as marketing, if anybody has any other questions, please feel free to put it in the chat. But we're going to now go into the other part of the presentation, and that is showing the items that we've done. So those of you that have you have the link to go backstage. Leslie, Becky. I didn't see Joyce on here yet. I hope Joyce is going to come. So who else is it? Becky, Leslie, Jenny, and me. Becky, Leslie, Jenny, me, Joyce. Who's missing? Somebody. I think it was supposed to be 6 of us. So if you guys don't mind, go to the back stage, go get your link and go in and we can go ahead and start showing what we made. I'm going to try to reach out to Joyce because I don't see her. Maybe Leslie, do you have um, the link? Jenny, I know you're backstage. I know you're backstage, Jenny. And Becky and Leslie, can you guys go backstage so we can get started? Who else is it? I am. We're waiting for people to get connected backstage. Don't want to slight anybody. Leslie, it says device not connected, so I don't know what's what's going on. But you have the link, and also Becky, you should have the link. If you need the link again, let me know. I'll send it to you. And who else? So that be oh, Marissa, that's who it is. I know it was one more person. I don't see Marissa and I don't see Joyce. Those two people. Mm-mm. Okay, gosh, I see Leslie and Becky. I see you guys. Okay, I see you, Becky. I still don't see you, Leslie. I see where you're trying to get on, but I don't see you. I see Jenny and I see Becky. And I guess Joyce and Marissa will not be joining us tonight, I guess, because I don't see them. I don't know if they're on here. I don't see them in the chat. And I know they did their thing. Okay, let me see. Ooh, somebody's got snakes. Oh no, not me, not me. All right, I'm going to go ahead with the people that I have back here already. While Leslie is getting her device up and running, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with you, Jenny. Jenny, can you hear me? Okay, I'm going to put you up first and let you do your reveal.
Can you hear
There
me?
you are. I can hear you.
You can hear me? Oh, awesome.
Can everybody hear her? Oh, Lord. What?
Oh,
My
are you
crazy
freezing up?
computer. I'm okay. I froze for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay,
You want me
I
to
can
start?
hear you, Jenny.
Okay, I'll go ahead and start then.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so we were
Yes,
tasked to make a project. It was for Designs
go
by
ahead.
Juju. Okay, is it
Yes,
going?
we decided to do designed by Juju a pattern. It didn't matter what it was, as long as it not designed by Juju. I'm sorry, Sweet Pea. It was
Sweepy.
patterned by Sweet Pea.
There you go.
And
That's right.
didn't matter, sweet pea embroidery didn't matter which one you did, just as long as it was sweet pea embroidery, because they seem to have some very challenging designs, and I have found that to be true. So that's what we're presenting tonight, and then Jenny is going to present hers, what she chose to do. Now go ahead.
Okay. I'm not lagging, am I? I'm okay. You can hear me
No.
okay? Okay.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So designed by Sweet Pea. And let me see if I can. I'm going to start. It hangs. Can you, that light is kind of going. Okay. So it does hang, and it's a, what do you call it? A chime? A wind chime?
The wind
And there
chime.
are a wind chime. And there are birdies.
Oh
There we go.
my, that is pretty.
Little
That is
birdies.
real pretty. And every one of those are embroidered front and back.
Correct. And let me show you the back of the one of them. So the front, I kind of kept them the same colors. It's just the back, I changed it up. This one. And then one more. So it has these leaves, and there's like 4 small and 4 large. I don't know, they kind of look alike, but they are different sizes. So that's what I made.
Now you did that on a single needle machine, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and
Correct.
you hooped it
Yes,
with
and
a dime. Was it a dime hoop that you used?
I was using the dime hoop, but it was giving me problems, so I end up finishing it off on my 10 needle, on my PR 1055X, just like the
Yeah,
one you
that's
have.
good.
So, but
So
yes,
did you find it to be difficult?
not really,
Good, good, good.
not really. I think what took my time was my the handle, the lever that holds the hoop in. That was what was giving me problems. But other than that, no, I think it went pretty smooth.
Good. So you just had a mechanical problem.
Yeah, yes, and I had to hold the lever down with my finger, and I'm like, oh, getting tired. But yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
Okay,
The
good.
trimming, of course, took a little bit time, but it wasn't as bad. So I think I like it. I like it. My hubby likes it, so
Good.
yep.
I
And I
see
did
you on here.
so.
Good. That's really nice.
Oh,
Really
thank
nice.
you, thank you. Alrighty.
Becky, you just disappeared, Becky. I see you, Leslie, but I don't see Becky anymore.
Uh oh.
So I'm gonna bring you up, Leslie, next. Thank you. Thank you,
You're
Jenny. I'm
welcome.
gonna move
Thank you,
you
Miss
on.
Shirley.
Okay, Leslie, you ready? You ready?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can see you.
Okay. All right. My design I chose from Sweet Pea was a hatch purse. And I started out with this uh, very simple. And I made it on the multi needle. It's got several zippers. And I made the mistake first as using a metal zipper
Kind of
for,
having a problem hearing you, Leslie. Kind of having a problem hearing you.
okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay, I have
better.
it in front of me. Okay. I started out using a metal zipper on this one, and they told me I was told that, oh, you should put a metal zipper in your multi needle. So I went and ordered the roll of the zipper by the yard, I believe, that came with different what is it zipper pulls. So I was made aware that there was a hatch tote that went with the hatch purse. So I made the hatch tote, and this is my hatch tote that I made,
Oh,
similar to my hatch purse. So these are the two that went together. So this I finished a couple of days ago, and I guess the hardest thing I had was the this part up at the top, tacking it down and everything like that. But otherwise, these pieces, the longest piece was this, the one that took the longest was this piece and this piece in the back. So all the rest was just pretty simple, including the bottom part of the bag and the line. So these are my two
so
reveal.
did you find that to be difficult to do?
Um, the only thing difficult was, I guess the very first part was doing the zipper wrong.
The
And
zipper
then
part.
when I went and got the zippers by the yard, that was really simple because the zipper pull went on real easy, easier than any other thing that I had with the zip, putting zippers on that required to change the zipper pull. But I also added a few inches onto the length of the strap, and I didn't do the two-tone. Since I have a lot of black marine vinyl, I did it all in one color. But the top zipper was a little bit smaller than the other one. So that's that.
Okay. That's great. Those are beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Leslie.
You
So
welcome.
now I'm gonna take you off and put Becky up. You okay, Becky? Kind of got some video issues here. It looks a little better now, Becky. Maybe can't hear you or anything.
There you are.
Yeah, you're on
Can you
here.
hear me?
I'm laughing. I'm laughing at
Can you hear
ATV
me
marketing.
okay?
I can hear you, but you're frozen. It's not. It's Let me take you off and see if you can't get your feed a little better, okay? Because you're frozen right now. I'm trying to get you off and trying to see if I can get you back on better. Because you have such a beautiful bag and we can't see it.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you don't have any clear vision here. And you just popped off. So work on your video, and then I'm going to show mine, and then I'll bring you back if you're able to get on. So we have two other people that made items. Unfortunately, either they forgot, which is probably what it was, or something has taken up their time because they're not on. So we had two other people, and they both did beautiful items. And I'm so sad that they're not able to show them tonight. But I'm going to show you what I did. This is my project that I did. It is a circular tote from Sweet Pea. That's the front, and this is the back part. That's the circular point. And I don't know if you guys have seen this um, bag advertised on Sweet Pea or not. I saw this design a while back and I just fell in love with this circular purse. I said, I want this thing. I want it. Let me see if I can get out the way that way. Yeah. That I want this circular purse. So this is what I did. And I have to tell you, like I said, here's the back. And it has a zipper. It's lined so you can get into the top part and everything. And it's a functional bag. So everything you can put stuff in it, put it on your shoulder and go. So but we had enough time because when I first realized that I had to stitch that each part, all of this is embroidered. Everything that you see on there are different parts that have been embroidered. Even the strap, the top, the gutsy, all of that. The side, the circular part, all of that. And I said, oh my goodness, I thought it was a printed fabric. I didn't realize I was gonna have to do all that embroidery. But once I did, I got started on it and I didn't, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. What was hard about that particular bag, and I'm gonna be honest about it, I did not, it's made out of denim and it's a thick denim. And I didn't, because I don't do bags, I didn't realize that I didn't need a bag stiffener. So I did use a bag stiffener, and trust and believe me, it made it stiff. So it was really hard to get up under my sewing machine needle, and it was really hard to turn. So the hardest and most difficult thing about making the bag was putting it together, obviously, with the sewing machine, because once you got everything embroidered, then naturally you had to put all the pieces together via the sewing machine. And with the stiffener, it just made it difficult because I had um, you have your stabilizer, you have your stiffener, and it also has batting in it. I could have just done the stabilizer and the batting and not the stiffener, and I think it would have been a lot easier to do. But I didn't know that. But anyway, it did turn out okay. So because of that, that I was so into getting it done, and when it done, I got it done early. So then I decided that I was going to do some more of my uh, Sweet Pea Embroidery Designs that we purchased, they had a big sale going on about a month or so ago, and we kind of went crazy, and a lot of us bought several different designs, and I was one of them. And so I bought the same design that Leslie bought as well. And so I did the little hatch purse as well with the zipper. And I did use plastic zippers that look like metal. So I didn't have trouble with the sewing or anything like that. So I made that. And when I completed that, since I had already bought the hatch tote design as well, I made that. So I did the tote, and I did the matching. Oh, where are you, purse? You fell in my bag. So I have the matching purse and the matching tote. It's an ensemble as well. So this is what we did. And I did my straps, and I did do it two sides like the pattern set. And it turned out better than the round purse because naturally I didn't use the stiffener because I learned my lesson. And it was easier to stitch. But I do have to say that when you're using any type of faux leather or PU, they do have, I know Sally Tomato sells it. Sweet Pea used to sell them, but they got rid of all of their supplies and stuff. They have PU faux leather that is supposed to be specifically for making bags and what have you. That's easier to embroider and sew on. They do say that if you buy like marine vinyl or something like that, it's a little thicker and maybe a little harder to stitch on. I don't know. So I do have some of the PU faux leather from Sweet Pea, but I didn't have enough of the same colors to be able to do those bags that I did, the purse and the tote. So I did end up going to Hobby Lobby and getting some of their faux leather that they had, and that's what I used to make the bags. But it did seem to turn out okay. So that's what I made. Now I saw Becky on here. She had come back on and she's gone again. So I don't know if she's going to be able to come back on here, and I'm so sad because she has a beautiful tote as well that she did, and her pattern is different. So I'll bring you on, Becky, if you're able to come on. And Creative Notion, Beverly, you all did great. Thank you so much. Okay, Becky is back. Let me see if I can get her on. And Jenny said, "Who needs a Gucci bag?" If we can make our own Gucci bags. Okay, here we are. That looks a lot better. Hopefully it will. Go ahead, Becky. Let's see what we can come up with. It's still lagging a little bit though. I think you may have a feed problem. I'm not sure because you're lagging and I don't hear you. Oh no.
Now you can see it. Here's my bag.
There we are. That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
I did
I
the
can
patch
see you.
quilted tote bag. Okay, I did the patch quilted tote bag. It turned out really, really cute, and it's very easy to make. And this is all leather. Every little patchwork is a
Very,
piece of
very.
leather. Yeah, it turned out.
And
It
it
turned
had
out really cute.
quilting
I
on
really
it.
enjoyed it.
That is really, really cute. Really cute. Love it. Love it.
Yes.
Everybody's saying happy birthday to you as well.
Each
I see all of the beautiful quilting that you did on it
one
as
of them
well.
has some type of
Now you're frozen, but we got a chance to see your bag. It is so pretty. And Creative Notion says it's worth the wait to see. I knew it was beautiful because we had gotten a chance to see it. That's why I wanted to make sure that she got a chance to be on. But I'm going to take her off now because she froze. Oh, okay. Yes, Becky, you froze up, so I went on and took you off. But that turned out to be really, really beautiful. And ATB mark, I was going to say I can sell and market those totes and bags, but you'll have to be ready to mass produce. That's the problem. Mass producing, even though they weren't that difficult to do, they are time consuming. Uh, and so to be able to mass produce would have to be someone that is willing to do that. And Val said you like the round one. I like I actually liked all of the bags. I loved Becky's bag. I love that patchwork and the faux leather that she chose is really, really great. I really regret that Joyce is not here to show her bag because she did a really beautiful tote as well. And I think Marissa did a yard flag. I think that's what she did. So I hate that the two of them are not here to show their projects as well. But they all did a wonderful job. And like I said, this is what we do. We choose uh, a project, and this time we decided that as long as it was a sweet pea design, we we didn't care what it was you chose. It was up to you. And Robin was doing a really cute purse with multiple pockets to it. And unfortunately, she had a machine issue to occur. And so she was not able to finish her project, unfortunately. But she was working on a really beautiful purse as well. Um, and whenever she gets done with her when she gets her machine back and she gets her purse done, then if she wants to, I'll make sure that she gets a chance to do the reveal for that as well, because she did start on her project, was working on it very well, and then poof, the machine decided it wanted to misbehave. You know how machines can get sometimes, and that's what happened. So she was not able to complete her project, even though she did participate and had started on it. So that therefore we would have had seven, I believe, seven projects tonight if the other three people were able to show their thing. So that's what we did, and we're gonna get our heads together and discuss and decide what our next project is going to be. But I know, ladies, it is October in the morning. In the morning it'll be October. So last year, was it last year, year before last, whenever it was, we did the Christmas tree skirt. We started in October and we didn't finish until December. I think we're a little better now, I think. But we might want to think about something that is leaning towards the holiday season for our next project. It's up to you guys. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it tomorrow night. I do plan to be on tomorrow night Zoom, so we can talk about it then. But get your thinking caps on, and so we'll be able to come up with something so we can get started. I have a couple of things that I'm interested in that I'll throw my hat in as well, but we will go ahead and discuss that next week. And like ATB said, as far as selling our totes and bags, I'm pretty sure we could sell them if we wanted to mass produce them. But how much would we sell them for? Because it does take time since we're not bag makers, even though we do try to do a good job with it. That's not what we do normally. We do embroider, we do sew a little bit, and people do quilting. And I mean, we have multiple things that we can do. But me personally, I don't want to get into the bag making business, not not to sell. Now, would I make one to sell? Yeah, I would. I would make one to sell as long as it's just one or two. But mass producing, nah, that's not me. That's not me. I'm not a sewist. So sewing something is not something that I look forward to doing. I do it out of necessity, not out of desire. I put it that way because when I find a project that I have to do, I like for it to be mostly be you can do most of it in the hoop. And if it's in the hoop and sewing, then I said, dadgummit, I wish I could have made the whole thing in the hoop. And I have to tell you, where is it? Believe it or not, this one was done in the hoop. This one you don't have to sew. This one is done completely in the hoop. So that makes it really, really easy to do. So this would be something that would be easier to mass produce if somebody wanted to, make it to sell, get the pattern and everything, because everything is done in the hoop. You don't have to do any sewing at all. Everything is done in the hoop. And Becky says she's going to sell hers at the craft show that she's doing in October. So she's going to sell her bag. And I'm sure she'll get good money for it because it is absolutely gorgeous. Don't underprice yourself. That's all I have to say. We can talk about prices tomorrow. Do not underprice. There you go. ATB is in marketing, and she says $150 to $300. Well, actually, it would be Becky's limited edition because she's the one that's going to sell her at the show. So $150 to $300, Becky's limited edition. Definitely, I am in 100% agreement with you, ATB, because that you put a lot of effort and a lot of craftsmanship in your bag, Becky, because you have that individual quilting designs in each one of those patches and the patches that you put together. You did some very good work on that bag. So that bag can garner that $300 without a doubt. The value is there. So thank you for your suggestion. I was going to ask you anyway. So that's how I feel about it. And I'm hoping you will take heed of that because I really do think you'll be able to sell it. I really do. Make sure you put your label in there. Make sure you put your label in there and go ahead and sell it and see what happens. You'll probably get some orders. You probably will get some orders. I would not doubt that at all. Yeah. If I was going to do any kind of selling, I probably would do the round one because it's unique. You don't see a lot of round purses, and I don't know if it would sell well, but I think it would because of the uniqueness of it. I would definitely do it. I would do it differently. I don't know if I would do it with the denim, even though I like the denim, but I think I would like the faux leather even better. So, you never know. And Val said, I love them all. Everything was beautiful. I agree. They all turned out really, really nice. And like I said, I really, really hate that you didn't get a chance to see Joyce's purse as well because hers was really, really nice as well. Hers was really, really nice as well. And Creative Notion says, take pictures. Yeah. And there is a zipper bag on the side. Now, this is for Becky. I don't think she showed that, but she made a zipper bag on the side of her purse. So that gives it even more value. And I know you will be able, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to sell that at your craft show. Ooh, excuse me. So I know you'll let us know how it goes, but I'm pretty positive you're going to be able to sell that bag. ATV, you said, I would love to know how you did it. Yes, she will just come back. We'll find out when she does the show. Keep up with us, ATV. I do appreciate you coming in tonight, and I hope you'll come in again more and more. And definitely want to find out how well she did at the show. She always does well with her projects and stuff, and I'm pretty sure she's going to do well with that bag. I have no doubt about it. And Pearl, you say, I love the round style. I have a round Roman bag. And yeah, the round is kind of unique. And I think you have to have a taste for it, I guess. But for me, I loved it because it was round, because it's different. The tote I like because the tote and the purse match. That was what drew me to that design, and it is called the Hatch, HATCH. If anybody's interested in making it themselves, you can go to Sweet Pea Embroidery and put in Hatch purse or Hatch tote, and you can get the design where you can make those two yourself. The round one, I think, was just called circular bag. I think that's the name of it, circular bag. Um, and like I said, we got them when they were 50. The sale, the design was 50% off, and because I think the circular bag design is regular $24, $25, something around that line. I don't remember exactly what the regular price for the totes and the purse was, because again, we got them half price when we bought these designs, because that night we went online while we were on our Zoom, and we just started buying stuff that was on sale that we had been wanting all this time, and now it's 50% off. Let's stock up and go ahead and make some. And I regret that I did not get that patch bag that Becky got, because that is too cute. I love that tote. I didn't realize it had all the intricate stitching in there as well. That is really, really, really pretty. And Becky says her craft show is going to be October the 11th through the 12th. So ATV, come back. We'll find out then. Let me see what's the calendar for that, because we're definitely going to ask her how it went. That is next weekend. So the next Tuesday would be the 14th. Yeah, the 14th. The 14th would be after her marketing, after her craft show. And ATV said, make sure you say limited edition. People love to pay, and say they have a limited edition of whatever it may be. So, Becky, make sure you put that on the sign. And please, if you don't do anything else, put your label in that bag some kind of way, because you need to have that in there. Down there at the bottom where where you stitch the lining and stuff, you might want to stick it in there and put it in there so they'll have it. But anyway, don't forget to say limited edition, because it is. No one will have a bag just like that one. It is a one of a kind. And you're right. I put an item on my Etsy shop, and I said limited edition, one of a kind, and it sold. It sold. So yeah, it things like that do sell. People like to know that nobody else has what they have. And even if we made more of those bags, which I'm sure we will, because I probably make that patch one for myself at some point, none of them going to be alike. They're not going to be the same color. That they're not going to be alike. So it is a limited edition. It's not but one of them that looks like yours. So that's pretty cool. But that is an absolutely gorgeous bag. And Leslie, you can sell yours. I'm not going to sell mine. Um, but I know you have people that you probably can show, and they probably will say, yeah, I'd like to have that if you're interested. And you might not be interested in selling, you might want to keep it for yourself, but whatever. Leslie, Becky said, we are all booked up for booth space at the show. I have no more room and people are wanting in. Yeah, you said your show is always popular. And I know there is a charge, just like I was mentioning earlier, when you do these marketing events and fairs and craft shows and what have you, there's always usually a charge for your space, for your table. Oftentimes, if you have like a display light or some type of display uh, gadget or what have you that requires electricity, and they have electricity available, that can be an extra charge as well in order to have your electricity. Some people take their machines in to do on the spot uh, uh, personalization. It's all kinds of things that you can do. I know of a lady that actually bought a van to take her machine out to different spots and fairs and what have you, so she could do on site embroidery. So those are different things that you can do. It just depends upon how much of that you want to do, how much time you have, how much help you have to maneuver and move about all of your equipment and products and what have you. Because keep in mind, if you do something at a craft fair or whatever, you have to set up, break down, you have to bring all your stuff, you have to take all your stuff back that you didn't sell, all of those kinds of things. So it gets to be a lot of work, and you need to look at how much you're paying for your booth space and calculate that into how much of a profit how much you need to sell to make sure you make a profit. Because not only are you going to want to get recoup back material costs for the items, the time and all of that for making the items, all of that we talked about pricing, and then also what you paid for the space itself. All of that needs to be calculated in, and then that's how you decide what you're going to price your items for, with the hopes that you're going to, make a profit. So that's how that goes. Uh, and Becky says at her craft show that she sets up, she really runs it. And she said they have a lady that brings her embroidery machine. So I know people do that. I've talked to people that say they do that, and I've heard of it as well. So that is something that people do, whether they bring their multi-needle machine like our 10 needle brother machine, and small machine like 6 needle machine, 10 needle, 12 needle machines are small enough to move around. I doubt if anybody brings their big 15, 20 needle machine, but a smaller machine like what we have uh, is easier. And then some people will bring their single needle machines, especially if they're just doing names or birthdays or something small like that they can do on the spot. And ATB said, very cool, embroider on the spot, great idea. Yeah, there are people that do that. And like I said, if you're just putting somebody's name on a jacket or a towel or a handkerchief or whatever it is that you're selling, to personalize it, if you have a bunch of blankets that you're selling and people want the baby's name on there and nothing that's going to take up a lot of time, it has to be a design that can be done quickly, something that you can get done in 10 minutes or less, hopefully to make it worthwhile, because you don't want to be tied up with a whole lot of embroidery and taking up a lot of time. And if you do that, make sure you have somebody else with you, because you cannot sell and embroider at the same time. So you make sure you have somebody that's going to man the booth, take the sales, take the orders, all that kind of stuff while you're doing your embroidery and all of that. So things will run smoothly. But like I said, people do it, and apparently it works for them because they do it and constantly, or they repeat that, and it seems to be worthwhile for them. So hopefully tonight you guys got something out of this. Thank you so much for joining. Do not forget the thumbs up, please. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Subscribe, hit the like button, which is the thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come on. I do come on every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and 7 o'clock Central Time where I am now. Also, comments are very important as well. If you like it, please get on my site and say you like it. Or if you have questions, get on the site and ask the questions, whatever. The comments are very important as well because, yes, I do have to deal with analytics and the algorithm for YouTube, and it does help with the site to grow, and I'm trying my best to grow. I do want to thank again Jeanette Woods and Sean. I don't know your last name, Sean, but all things Sean that came on my site last week and shared their knowledge about going from hobby to business and the setting up the business and everything. And ATV, you have been very helpful tonight. I've not met you, but thank you for coming on and sharing your knowledge as well. And I hope you will come back. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Like I said, it doesn't cost anybody anything to hit the subscribe button. It does help my site, and I do appreciate everything you do. And I am going to go ahead and say good night to everybody. If you don't have any other questions that you want us to answer or comments that you want to make, I do appreciate you guys being here as usual. Hopefully there was no lagging on this YouTube. You know, I've been having this internet issues, and I'm hoping I don't have it anymore because I've worked really hard to try to get rid of that. And Jenny, you said, I love this topic. Thank you so much for everything you do. Have a great evening and week. See you all in tomorrow's chat or on Social Society. And thank you as well from Robin and everybody else on here. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. Take care. Have a wonderfully blessed rest of the week. And do come back for more Shirley Wind Down Tuesday, next Tuesday. Good night, everybody.